it's Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a most marvelous day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Here we have Tracey Edmonds and Nia Long, two very beautiful, accomplished black women who have enviable careers that they built from the ground up, and they're both admired and respected in Black America. Tracey Edmonds is a businesswoman, television producer, and personality. She is the CEO of Edmonds Entertainment Group Incorporated and AllRightNow.com, and is a former host of the television show Extra. She currently sits on the National Board of Directors for the Producers Guild of America. Tracey has created and produced projects for television, film, music, and digital media. She founded All Right TV, a family and faith-oriented web network, and she executive produced Games People Play, a drama about the NBA that aired in 2019. She lives in Beverly Hills, California with her two sons. So, Tracey Edmonds is a very busy woman. Nia Long is an actress best known for her work in black cinema. She rose to prominence after starring in the film Boys in the Hood and for her portrayal of Lisa Wilkes on the NBC sitcom The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She has appeared in Friday as well as the films Love Jones and Soul Food. Nia Long has been active in films and television since 1990, and she continues to be active in entertainment. She has been nominated for and won numerous awards. Nia Long is also a very busy woman. Tracey Edmonds has been in a long-term romantic relationship with Deion Sanders since 2012. And this past Sunday night, they announced that they had broken off their engagement after 4 years. Both of these people are 56 years old. They've been engaged for 4 years. What in the world would 56-year-old people, with 52 when they got engaged, and now they're 56, what are they waiting on to get married? Deion Sanders has some physical disabilities. He's had toes amputated. That's a physical disability. He needs a wife. So when do you plan to marry him? You've been engaged for 4 years and haven't even set a date. When would you marry the man? When he gets to be 75 or 80 years old? So they were saying they're engaged. So if you're engaged, that means you have some prospect of getting married. So if a man asks you to marry him, that means he has some intention of marrying you. So after 4 years, and you're still not married, haven't even set a date, somebody doesn't want to get married. Now that brings us back to all of those titles that she has, all of those jobs and responsibilities that's on her resume, plus the fact that she lives in California and he's living in Colorado. So that's a long distance relationship. It is hard to make a long distance relationship work. The fact that they've made it work for over 10 years says a lot about the two of them. Now, I don't know the tea on these two, and I'm sure somebody does. And if you do, I know you'll let me know in the comment section. But for right now, I'm just going by what's written. And it seems like this is a relationship that ran out of steam over time. Now, the rumor is that there's another woman involved. And to that, I would say, is anybody surprised? Nia Long's situation with Imi Udoka was very similar to Tracey and Deion Sanders' relationship. They were together for a long time. She was living in California, being an actress. He was in Boston at the time, coaching professional basketball. They had a long-term relationship. They even had a child together. And she was always gloating over their relationship. So it seemed like they had a workable long-distance relationship. But the operative words there are long-distance relationship. And in their case, his ended in scandal. He was outed by this woman who shall not be named, but they named him, and if he was not fired, he was permanently suspended, but he's gone on and gotten another job now. But it ended in embarrassment for her and their son, so it really was not a good ending to what looked like a romantic story for a long time. It seems like both of these women overestimated the strength of the relationship that they had with these men, because it seems like they thought these men were being faithful to them, even though they were thousands of miles away. And what we can say is that in the photo shoots, they all seemed happy. And as far as the tabloids are concerned, I've been trying to think back, and I don't remember there being any rumors about these men cheating in these relationships with these women, which is probably why they felt so secure in those relationships. But something went wrong. Now, it doesn't have to be that it was a long distance situation that wore out over time. But that's why I entitled this video, Super Black Women with Ordinary Black Men. These are super black women, I say, because they're very accomplished. They seem to be very dedicated to their jobs and to their work. But they're with extraordinary men who have very high-profile jobs, but they're still ordinary black men in that they need the same thing that ordinary men need. They need nurturing. Their relationship needs nurturing. Men need to be nurtured. That's something I've learned in marriage. Because the least little thing that goes wrong with them, they like a lot of attention. And you can't give them the kind of attention that they need if you're in one state and they're in another. Talking on the telephone or Skyping is not the same as being there and listening to whatever the concerns are that he might have from that day. Both those men are in very high-profile jobs where they're being critiqued all the time. Because look at what Ami Udoka just did the other day.
Responds more to this. You don't usually see stuff like this where coaches and players.
He just got kicked out of the game for rolling up on LeBron James. And LeBron was looking like, man, what? He said something out of order to LeBron James. But see, that's the nature of the beast. And now he doesn't have that relationship that he had depended on for 13 years. So, he's sort of out of whack, I'm sure. But it takes a lot of nurturing for a relationship with a man who's just working as an accountant or a doctor or a teacher. But when these high-profile men have those jobs, they have to have a lot of attention. Now, that doesn't mean that they can't run around and do things if they have a wife at home. But it works out better if you're overlooking these guys to see what they're doing and keeping up with what they're doing, not trusting them to just be in love with you and not be out there, because women are coming at these men. Women are coming at those men all the time. They want in on what you have. So I'm sure it is difficult for these women who want their careers. They want to be in the board meeting. They want to be making decisions. They want to be producing movies. They want to star in movies. I'm sure that's very difficult for them. And it's probably very hard for them to put their careers on hold and just go and settle in with somebody in professional or college sports who's moving around all the time. It's probably very hard for them. And on the outside, to lay people, we're just saying, well, he cheated on her and he ought to be ashamed of himself and she's so beautiful and she's so wonderful and she's Black America's sweetheart. And he's just a man. He's an ordinary man with an extraordinary life. And most of the time, especially as men get older, they want to be more settled. They want to be nesting with somebody if they are men who like being in relationships with women. They want to nest at a point. They don't want to be in one state and you're 3,000 miles away. They want you to be closer than that. This is just the bottom line. And Deion Sanders, who has had an outstanding career, he's made probably all the money that he really wants to make. Right now, it's just about making a name and a legacy. But he's 56 years old. And again, he has even lost toes. So I would think that he would be at a point in his life where he wants to settle down with somebody who's ready to sacrifice and commit with him. I mean, some people might see that's a commitment. She's living in California and he's living in Colorado, and I'm gonna jet in every 3 days or twice a month or something like that. But men like a lot of attention. If they have a headache, if they have a stomach ache, if they get a splinter in their finger, they want you to be hovering over them, taking care of them, and calling their mama and all their kinfolks and let everybody know they don't feel well. In some cases, going to the doctor with them every time they go to the doctor, they pretty much want you there with them. So I'm just saying that it's possible that these relationships ended for a reason, because maybe the women need one thing and the men need something else. High-profile relationships are probably very hard to maintain. This is Samuel L. Jackson and his lovely wife, LaTanya Richardson Jackson, and they've been together for 43 years. And this is what they had to say. In the beginning, we always said the most revolutionary thing that Black people could do was stay together, raise their children with a nucleus of having a father and a mother, since everybody likes to pretend that that's not the dynamic of the African American family. That is just children out here being raised by women, which we know is false, said LaTanya. In order to change that narrative, we made a decision to say we are going to stay together no matter what. We'll figure it out. So another word for staying together and figuring it out is commitment. You have to be committed. Okay, y'all, thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about the video. Subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share the video, and as always, have a great day.